Hello guys, moving in a little bit so you can see Rise of the Tomb Raider PS4 VR. It's going to be a little kind of a tidbit test mode. If it works out well, I will keep it and you guys will get to see it online. I also need to do a couple things to get prepared. I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. Alright, so I'll be right back as soon as I get everything set up. Alright, to find headphones. Headphones with VR, not very good. I had to use actual earbuds. So basically, to use this, you want to go to the Croft Manor, do the little story modes here. I'm going to start it from the beginning. I've just been doing a little bit of test to make sure that it's capturing okay. So far, so good. I don't really like this movement, but I would much prefer the free mode, but we'll toy with this for a little bit. Might actually play through it all the way so I can actually fully do a video of this. But like I said, this is kind of a little test, and you get to see a little bit of how it looks like in 3D. From my eyes, I'm going to be actually moving around, so I'm dropping one of the headphones so I can hear. Alright, waiting to activate. Looks like I'm going to have to exit and come back in maybe? Nope, there it is. Alright. First time doing this, so it's not going to look perfect. Move back this chair because it wants me to be back some ways. A lot of speaking and stuff, like the original game portions. You'll see me kind of move the headset out a little bit so I can look. See? When I move it moves. It's kind of cool.
Final notice to Lara Croft, current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared, and given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that.
Are you looking at me, Lara?
Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum.
Basically, I can now look as if I'm her.
Safe.
Got a second. Need my TV real quick. That makes it so it's not going to be any lag issues. Alright, this is the teleport feature. I can actually look around, stuff like that. Yeah, that's a cool looking glove. Grab it. Okay, so 3D. You can actually kind of view this already.
My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing.
So you turn the controller to make it spin the things. I can't quite get it in position right at the time.
My penmanship was pretty good.
Can't even see what it says. Oh well. Teleport. So basically, aim with this. Alright, the controller is kind of screwed up. I'm going to adjust the controller, not the VR, but okay. It's usually done inside the game. New controls, no option. Oh, calibrate done. You're probably yelling at me, you idiot. Alright. Oh, you pointed that way. Not really that off? No. Alright. There we go. Teleport her right here. So look at this.
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria.
It's only
He
upside
was
down.
closer than he knew to finding the
Turn the
prophet's tomb.
controller so we can actually. Alright. Done with that. Left one is to snap the camera. I would love to turn. There we go. So you can turn a little bit with the controls. I want to look out the window. That's awesome. Holy crap! That looks really cool. Hopefully it's translating okay in the video. I like the cloud effects. That's kind of cool. Let's turn around. Over here.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight
Hell of a
quite
thing?
unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia, and apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment. I wanted to see how she would respond, and she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start.
Well, you can see the controller in the... That's kind of cool. I didn't see that before. Alright, so we can actually turn and look at that, hopefully. We can just look forward a little bit.
Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Apparently nothing in that. This is kind of cool to look at. It's actually pretty much a first of this detail for me.
This is probably my grandfather Benjamin.
You can look at there.
A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice.
She didn't like dresses, obviously. And I think then there's something here.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
Right, so this is more about her
It
parents.
must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
Alright. Let's look It's actually a little bit easier on me to not move forward a little bit. I can even see in there.
Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
Nothing really of value on that one apparently. And this one, nothing of value. Alright, looks like we're doing the hall. Of course, the main aspect in this one is the safe that we cannot open.
Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library.
So now she is maybe in the library. I'm going to pause it for a moment. And I'm going to check a couple things. I'll be back with you in a second. Alright. We're resuming where we left off. Get the adjustments done. Teleport. Nothing happens there, I guess. Over.
Locked. There's got to be another way through.
Not a bad. I moved.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages. Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor. Too dark. Going to need a flashlight.
Or you need a flashlight.
Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
No, it's like really. Alright, actually had something there for a moment, I couldn't tell what it was. Alright, and then off here. It's really cool details on that.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
She was unsure. Her mother loved her. It was like really cool detail. And look. Nothing there. Alright, let's go to the laptop. Pre-visit now unlocked.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
Atlas sounds like an asshole. Alright. Alright, it said it changed, but we'll keep it for a moment. Damn, it's like really close.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be boring your sword this time.
Why not? I would love to have the sword for you. That'd be great. Right, anything about the gold clock? There's a really cool fire effects on that light. Alright, so just need to pause it a second. See if we can actually get the... Kind of scared to go back to the main menu. Well, we'll do it anyway. We'll stay on camera. Screw it. Combat press. Alright. Continue story. Cool. Okay. It's recommended to play this option while seated. First person control movement. Okay. If this takes away the 3D field, though. That's not going to work. So we'll see what happens. It says I can change it in the options menu. Alright, it says I can sit down, so let's try that. Of course, you might not be able to see me very well. Look real quick while it's loading. No, you can see me okay. Might have to get up anyway, but we'll see. Press and hold the options button. Okay, well, I didn't notice that last time. That's good. Okay, so I can still turn. Okay, and that's cool. The movement is really freaking slow though. Alright, so...
The Grand Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
Okay, so all we do is run. It's way too slow to be. Whoa! I gotta stop turning the screen. This is actually good for this because I can actually look around a little bit easier.
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
This helps for the turning and looking, but that, I don't know how exactly this is going to work. I can't run. It's the survival instinct. Do you wonder what that is? It's actually showing different things. I really wish you could run though. So far I've not seen any of the buttons do like that.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here?
So you turn the controller to access stuff.
Someone has a sense of humor.
I can't read it. But... something about smoke heater. Consider it's actually looks like it's still fairly new, fairly fresh. A box. Open this up and fires a master key. Alright, so I've also discovered that we can actually use this on one of the games that I've already done.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing. Locked. Need a key to open this.
The key to open that. Well, that's figured. But as I was saying, wow, that's so cool looking. Oh, wow. I'll need to fix that. So basically, I have figured out one of the games we've done for Halloween. We've already done.
What are you
already.
doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Don't Knock Twice. We'll be seeing it on the videos in October.
The
If all
offer
goes
came in the
well,
post
I might
last
actually
week,
attempt it in VR
and I
as
still
well
haven't
for
told
kind of a
Richard.
fun little trek.
He flew ahead to Tibet,
It'd be kind of
where I will
double
meet him
doing it,
shortly.
but like I
I
said,
never
I
told
don't
him I
want
was
the
submitting my
ending of
work.
that.
Never thought
Might
there
try
was
to
a
see if I can
chance
get
of being
different ending with it.
accepted. God,
If
but
it
a
doesn't,
gallery tour is
might
not
not
something I
receive
can
it.
pass up.
But
The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and, oh, God, I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby, but it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
cool. Alright. Here. The leaf first. Alright, this is actually really damn slow, unfortunately. I don't know if I can actually handle this. Even though I don't like the teleporting stuff.
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I
Actually
think
spin these,
Roth
that's
bought this
another
for him
bonus.
from a trader in Greece.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely, your uncle.
He wasn't quite as much of an asshole now. Yeah, very intensely fight.
Hey Jonah, sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me, if it's worth fighting him for. I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
Okay, so that actually represents part of the original game that we haven't finished either. So,
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
okay, so that's supposed to be a flashlight. It's weird. Looks like it's an attachment to something. But okay.
Should be able to explore the dark now.
Oh, it clips onto the jacket. Oh, that makes sense, I guess. You're outside? Some nice detail on these doors. Almost feel like they're right there. Alright, here's the slow, painful movement of going back. really cool looking though. They should make it so you can actually run in this view. Really. And I kind of understand they want to keep it limited, but maybe I won't be able to. Maybe I can run later on. I guess. We'll see how it advances. Guess that used to be a candle. Alright, into the darkness. But guess what, guys? That's going to be the end of this episode. I don't want to make it too freaking long. And basically, again, like I said, this is kind of a trial run on how this works. I'm going to do one more, continue it on from here. Hopefully this makes a checkpoint walking in. Most likely it does. Because usually when they give you these little settings. Oh, awesome. You can point the flashlight with the controller. It's a little off. So I'm going to have to fix that for the next episode. But alright guys, like, subscribe, comment. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, we're going to try another one just to give it a little bit more of a taste of how the VR is set up. This is Crimix. I'm enjoying doing these plays, and as with Whoopi, we're going to be trying to get up a little bit more. But again, next month is actual Halloween, so we got more horror, spooky titles coming up next month. So, all right, take it easy, everyone. See ya.